Do you remember Bad Piggies? That fun, simplistic game about aiding the mischievous pigs in hilarious contraptions? I sure do. Like many, it was a part of my childhood. Although it's constantly overshadowed by its big brother, Angry Birds, it still remains one of the most iconic mobile games probably in all of mobile gaming history. But tell me, when you think of Bad Piggies, do you ever take a moment to consider what dark secrets could be lying within? I wouldn't be surprised if you said no. The game is much too simplistic for that, right? Well, the creator of this iceberg chart thinks otherwise. Today, I will discuss the mysterious and hidden secrets of your favorite mobile game. This is what's really hiding beneath the surface in Bad Piggies. This is the Bad Piggies Iceberg Explained, Part 1. Before we start, however, I will use the star counter to display my confidence about the entry. If it's 3 stars, that means I understand it fully, 2 stars meaning possible, 1 star meaning unlikely, and 0 stars means I have no idea what I'm talking about. Also, this iceberg was not made by me. It was made by a Bad Piggies YouTuber called Christian the Meme. Thanks to Christian the Meme for making this iceberg. Layer 1. The Sky. This layer covers the most basic and run-of-the-mill facts about Bad Piggies. This level is more of a recap to prepare you for what comes next. This layer is not particularly interesting in any way. Bad Piggies is a spin-off of Angry Birds. Bad Piggies is, indeed, a spin-off game of Angry Birds. In the game, you play as the pigs who are trying to steal the birds' eggs. To do so, you must solve a series of puzzle levels, building various contraptions to get the pigs to the eggs. If you want to know more, I highly recommend downloading and playing the game for yourself. It is free on the App Store and Google Play, and still holds up to this day as one of the last remaining good Angry Birds games. Birds. Bad Piggies takes place in the same universe as Angry Birds, so the Angry Birds are present in this game as enemies. On certain levels, a slingshot with several birds can be found. These birds will wake up to noise, such as from an engine. The birds in the game are Red, Blues, and Chuck. All of them retain their abilities from the original Angry Birds. The birds will launch themselves at your contraption and can break it. The best way to deal with them is to dodge them with quick movement or by hiding behind a wall or rock. It is also possible to sneak past them with silent vehicles. Sometimes they can be found as ambient objects in some levels. These birds are purely for decoration and cannot be woken, and they can't attack as the slingshot is absent. Sandbox levels. There are 14 special sandbox levels in Bad Piggies. 10 of them are sandboxes for the episodes, of which there are 2 sandbox levels for each episode except Tusk Till Dawn. There are 4 special sandboxes that need to be unlocked. These are Find the Skulls, Find the Statues, Little Pig Adventure, and Field of Dreams. Sandboxes are special levels with extra building space and extra parts. But the goal of the levels is to explore the whole level and get all the star boxes, but afterwards they are used to test out contraptions. The game has many mods that remove the limits of sandboxes, allowing for more creativity. The episode sandboxes can be unlocked as you progress in the episode, and Find the Skulls and Find the Statues can be unlocked by finding skulls or statues or with snout coins. Little Pig Adventure can be unlocked with snout coins, and the Field of Dreams can be purchased as a microtransaction. Layer 2. The Tip. This layer covers some cool trivia about the game. Nothing too obscure yet, but you'd have to know at least a little about the game to understand these. Ross. Ross is the official name of the pig in Bad Piggies, confirmed by Rovio. Not much to say about this other than the fact that he also appeared in the Angry Birds movie as Leonard's assistant. Just a nice piece of trivia, I guess. Cake Race. Cake Race is a multiplayer mode of Bad Piggies introduced in the newer versions. The gameplay consists of building a contraption to navigate the map and collect 5 cakes scattered around the map, while your opponent attempts to do the same on their side. The player with the most score wins. Score is earned by collecting cakes, and score can be multiplied by your XP levels and how fast you got the cake. When you win, you can get a crate of varying rarity, which can take between 2 and 36 hours to unlock. Feed King Pig. Feed the King Pig is a minigame where the main objective is to feed King Pig treats. Treats can be found throughout the game, and are rather easy to acquire. While feeding the King Pig, he will sometimes burp and give you some XP, snout coins, power-ups, and sometimes garbage. Bad Piggies 2. An official sequel to Bad Piggies was announced in 2021, with several ads being released on TikTok and Facebook in June and November of that year. There was also a survey that asked whether players wanted the game to be in the classic style, the toon style, or the movie style. Rovio would not give any more news on the game until the 2022 Rovio Business Report, where they announced Bad Piggies 2 would be soft launching in certain countries in early 2023. A trailer was released not long after, unfortunately using the movie style for the art. Unfortunately, the game has been completely cancelled as of writing. The development team found that the game was too hard to work with and just kind of gave up on it, so this half-baked beta is all we have. It features new parts, a new 2.5D art style, and an energy system, which is absolute garbage in my opinion, but that's about it. HD version. Bad Piggies is an HD version, which has slightly better graphics, but doesn't add much to the game itself other than a high crash rate on certain devices. Back when Bad Piggies was released in 2012, many devices were upgrading their graphics to HD, so many games released before that point have HD versions now, which are pretty obsolete nowadays given that today's tech can go much further in HD. Cursed images. Bad Piggies has a lot of cursed images online, ranging from poor CGI to glitched pigs and weird memes. They are not hard to find, and I won't go any deeper into the subject, but if you want to find them, you can search them up on Google Images. Common images include Angry Birds Go Pig, which is famous for its terrible CGI, Herobrine Pig, which is caused by glitch, and many others. Shuffle and Spawn. Shuffle and Spawn is a song made by the Bad Piggies team for Halloween 2014. The song's release coincided with the Halloween 2014 update for Bad Piggies, which added Tusk Till Dawn. A remix of the song made with no vocals has been added into the game itself as the level theme for Tusk Till Dawn. Layer Free. The Surface. We're starting to get deeper. These entries are slightly more obscure than the previous, requiring significant knowledge of the game to understand. The iceberg is also starting to get quite interesting. Alien Parts. Alien parts are special secret parts that are only unlocked after crafting every single normal part. These parts are overpowered versions of the normal parts, with their functionality increased massively or completely changed. For example, the alien skin for the grappling hook turns into an energy gun. This is the closest thing we have to an actual weapon in the game. It takes a significant amount of grinding to get these, and most players will never see all of these parts on mods. I don't recommend trying to get these parts normally, as the grinding process to get them is way too tedious. Instead, I recommend downloading a mod like Bad Piggies Leading Edge. Tusk Till Dawn is a dream. Yes, the entire chapter of Tusk Till Dawn is a dream. This is confirmed by the cutscene at the end of the chapter. It shows Ross, the pig, waking up after a dream in which he travels through a fantasy Halloween land. It is revealed the entire chapter is a dream and, therefore, never actually exists in the canon. This also explains the lack of a sandbox for this chapter, as sandboxes are real places the pig visits regularly to build stuff. The playthrough of this chapter happens only once in the canon, and since it is a dream, Ross cannot visit anymore to build stuff. Bad Piggies Leading Edge mod. Bad Piggies Leading Edge, or BPLE as I'll refer to from now on, is a mod for Bad Piggies that completely overhauls the game to make it more creative. Features include unlimited items, unlimited space, new items like rocket engines, colored blocks, water, and even electrical circuits. The mod is extremely extensive and complicated with many new groundbreaking game mechanics. However, the amount of content can make the mod very hard to learn, and many features are not explained clearly, requiring regular gameplay to figure out. It is easily the best mod for the game I could find, and I highly recommend downloading it if you want to find out more. Even if we never get Bad Piggies 2, this is still good enough in my opinion. A link to download is in the description. BPLE is actually the old name for this mod, as this iceberg was made when the mod was still called BPLE. The mod has actually been rebranded recently to Bad Piggies Rebooted. Glitches. Bad Piggies is known for being very glitchy at times. There are many glitches present in the game with nearly no effort by the developers being made to remove them. These range from cosmetic changes to game-breaking bugs. An example of a common Bad Piggies glitch is what I refer to as the Herobrine Pig. This is caused by improper layering of the sprite textures. Most sprites in Bad Piggies are made of many different layers. For example, the pig is made up of several textures, like the snout, the eyes, and the body, that layer together to form the pig. However, glitches in the rendering process can cause the layers to order improperly. The most common of these glitches is the Herobrine Pig, as I call it. It causes the eyes of the pig to mislayer, resulting in the pupils to appear behind the white of the eyes, making the Herobrine looking thing. This glitch most commonly occurs in the coin store, where the pigs on the options look very creepy. Who would want to buy coins from a pig that looks like this? This glitch can also be done in the game itself on older versions using a specific TNT configuration. More severe cases can cause the whole pig to mislayer, resulting in whatever this is. Something pig is coming. This phrase is a pun on the phrase, something big is coming, and was mainly used to market Bad Piggies before its release. Not much to say here. Bad Piggies on PC. When Bad Piggies first came out, physical CD copies were sold for use on computers. These are obviously not sold anymore, but you can still get the latest versions on PC in a variety of ways. BPLE in particular is recommended for use on PC, as mobile devices cannot handle larger builds. Layer 4, The Waves. At this point, only big Bad Piggies fans can understand these entries. This layer covers secrets hidden in the game, requiring very good knowledge of the game and quite a bit of research to understand. Oh, and are you still watching? If so, I'd highly recommend subscribing to the RossMC channel for more epic video essays like this one. Your attention span is crazy. Fan-made concepts for Bad Piggies 2. There are many different fan-made concepts for what Bad Piggies 2 could have been. These include many cool concepts like new parts, underwater chapters, and spaceships. My personal favorite is an underwater concept made by a Reddit user, showing concept art of an underwater episode with special levels, parts, and mechanics. The post is in the description. Something interesting that wasn't mentioned in the iceberg, but that I thought was a good honorable mention, is that there's actually a lot of concept art for the cancelled Bad Piggies 2. The art includes a full game map, along with many new mechanics like moving level parts and water levels. I know that concept art is not a commitment.
However, concept art is not a commitment.
But it's honestly a shame that the game was not developed further. It would have been very awesome in my opinion, but oh well, what's done is done. Spring Glitch. The Spring Glitch is a glitch in Bad Piggies that can be easily exploited for hilarious results. To perform this glitch, place a line of springs in the middle and as many TNT as possible to the left of the springs. The force of the TNT applied to the springs will overload the physics engine in the game, causing the springs to spasm uncontrollably. The glitch is also referred to as the lightning glitch because the springs can sometimes strike structures with devastating force like real lightning. I highly recommend trying this glitch because it is absolutely hilarious and can make for very funny results. Pig Skulls. Pig skulls are collectible items found in various levels in the game. There are 45 of them currently in the game, and they function as a sort of scavenger hunt in the game, like the golden eggs from Angry Birds. Collecting 10 skulls unlocks the Find the Skulls sandbox, and collecting them can unlock various achievements. Some skulls are ridiculously hard to get, and they can sometimes be in the blue bonus levels. The skulls are implied to be the skulls of the pigs in-game, which may have some dark implications for the lore. Maybe the pigs were murdered by the Angry Birds, or this is indicative of something deeper. Either way, the skulls add a whole new layer of depth to the game, as it's pretty fun to try to collect them all, and it's also interesting to speculate what these skulls could mean for the lore of the game. Who did these skulls belong to? Previous explorers of the levels? It's definitely something to think about. Also, statues exist and they're the El Porcado's equivalent to skulls. Functionally, however, they're the same as skulls, so it makes sense why the creator wouldn't add another entry just for it. Secret items. There are free secret items hidden in the game. No, I'm not counting the crate in the credits. I will touch on that later. They each unlock a special skin for the pig, the egg, and the pumpkin. The first item is on the title screen, hidden in plain sight. If you click the blobfish on the ground 3 times, you will unlock a special blobfish skin for the pumpkin, which is also the only skin for the pumpkin. The second item is hidden in level 6-12, which is a pineapple on top of the cliff directly above the building area. Tapping it a few times will reward you with a secret achievement, as well as a secret skin for the egg, which turns it into a pineapple. The last item is hidden in the Find the Statue sandbox. First, equip a night vision power-up, then start the game and scroll to the left. Then go to the leftmost part of the bridge, and you will then find a bottle. Click it 3 times, and you will unlock a secret pig skin called Millionaire Ross. Bad Piggies takes over the world. In September of 2012, to celebrate the launch of Bad Piggies, Rovio performed a worldwide marketing stunt called Bad Piggies Takes Over the World. In the cities of London, Shanghai, and Taipei, Rovio decorated the cities with Bad Piggies and Angry Birds themed celebrations, including projecting Bad Piggies onto the city's signature buildings. It was a pretty cool stunt if you ask me. Achievements. Like many other games, Bad Piggies has achievements. However, for some strange reason, achievements for this game are only available on the iOS part of the game. I guess the developers were just lazy and decided not to add them for some reason to the other versions. Most of them are not that interesting, just normal things like popping 10,000 balloons, casually assaulting the monarch, and forcing the monarch to swing for his life. Honestly, I'm wondering why this entry was even here in the first place, or even why it was this deep. Layer 5, Below the Waves. You'd have to know the game like the back of your hand to understand these. It only gets more obscure and interesting from this point on. Old theme song. Everyone is familiar with the iconic Bad Piggies theme song. However, something you might not know is that in older versions of the game, while playing the game, a song called In Flight would play, which was a simplified version of the theme song. This was most likely an early version of the song, and it was replaced quickly with the new song we all know and love. In fact, you might not have noticed, but this was the song that was playing while I discussed Layer 3 of the iceberg. Old Bad Piggies 2. The concept of a sequel to Bad Piggies has been around for some time, as far back as 2014, when Angry Birds 2 was being developed. Many people think of this iconic image of a pig in space whenever Bad Piggies 2 is mentioned. What many people don't realize is that this image is concept art from a pitch to Rovio to make Bad Piggies 2. The pitch didn't go any farther than concept art though, but it's interesting to look at the concepts and think about what this game could have been. Pigs are inspired by the swine flu. This is more of an Angry Birds trivia fact, but I will mention this anyway. During 2009, when Angry Birds was being developed, Rovio needed an enemy for the game. Also in 2009, the swine flu pandemic broke out worldwide. The team behind Angry Birds chose pigs as the enemy, inspired by the pandemic, which was theorized to have spread from pigs. It definitely feels strange that all the pigs in the series were inspired by a pandemic. Secret crate in the credits. Aside from getting the literate individual achievement, there's another reason why you should enter the credits. Hidden amongst the walls of text, there is an iron crate in the middle of the credits. All you have to do is scroll down until you see it and then collect it. It's a nice way to get some free stuff for no effort. The crate is always iron and can only be collected once. Facebook post. There is an official Bad Piggies Facebook account. I don't know why this entry is here because I looked into their Facebook page and found nothing strange. Just regular stuff like Piggy Tales posts, update notes, and the occasional community interaction. Oh, and they've stopped posting in 2018. This might be a joke entry. Hogster. Hogster is a bot using the aforementioned cake race mode when other players cannot be found quickly enough. It doesn't actually play the game, it just increases its score and automatically collects cakes at regular intervals. It always is at the same XP level as the competing player, and no matter how hard the map is, it always collects cakes regularly. Most Hogsters are incredibly easy to beat, except if you are playing on a hard map, because while you struggle, the Hogster will keep collecting cakes, which can be very unfair. That about wraps it up for this part of the video. There's just so much about Bad Piggies that a lot of its players don't know, and I've taken it upon myself to help bring these interesting and obscure facts to light. I've been a huge fan of these iceberg videos, and I've always wanted to make one myself, but I couldn't find a good subject for one until I found this Bad Piggies iceberg, and realized no one has made a Bad Piggies iceberg yet. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and part 2 will come out as soon as possible.